Every time I think of Tyler, I just think of that freestyle where he was just saying, looking for hot buff dudes to do butt stuff with. Oh man, the guy is a character. He's so funny. Yeah. Hey, what's up, everyone? It's your boy Matt Diazable coming at you with a new music review. Thank you for coming on by. I appreciate it. If you're new, thank you for discovering me. Like, subscribe, comment if you like what you're seeing here. And yeah, so today we are checking out the latest album from Tyler, the Creator, with his latest drop called Don't Tap the Glass. I'm quite sure, everyone knows this guy. If you're into hip hop, if you're into music, if you've heard a song, you've probably come across Tyler, the Creator. And I don't really need to give an intro, but California rapper who blew up in the 2010s with his rapping group Odd Future, and just him just being a very eclectic, weird guy and just going all over the place in terms of like, fashion, music, art, and everything. And he's really transcended the art of being a hip hop rapper. He's done so much more, and I'm really excited to talk about his new music and in the future some of his old music as well, because I listened to one of his, well, not his first, but the first album I listened to was his album that he dropped back in 2024, Chromacopia, one of my favorite albums from last year. If you've never checked it out, check it out. I'll put a link down below to the review I did last year. But yeah, he's a very innovative artist that just is always pushing the boundaries, both offensive and not offensive stuff. He's just always out there. And one thing I think people don't realize, or they do realize, he's always himself, and I really respect that and gravitate to that. So mad respect to my man Tyler, the Creator. And so with that out the way, let's talk about this new album, Don't Tap the Glass. And like I said before, he's one of the most innovative and most influential figures in rap, hip hop, and just music in general. And his place in the music world space, it's undeniable, it's cemented, you can't take it away. We all know it. He's here, he's gonna be here, he's been doing it. And like I said before, he's no longer just a rapper, he is a musical figure. He is I would say definitely up there. He's an icon of sorts because he has always, gone beyond just being a rap, and he's always got a very full sense of the worlds he's creating with all the music and just designs and the art he's putting out in the world. He is someone who creates worlds, whether that's like worlds of sound, humor, or emotions. He is making all this stuff out of just like the craziness of his mind, and it's entirely his own style. And that style is very prevalent here, especially on the opening track, Big Poi, which has a very playful, mischievous energy to it. It's very clear that Tyler is trying to invite listeners into a world that, well, not explains, but explores a space that is full of curiosity, chaos, and just creativity, all colliding together. The album's eclectic production is quite impressive and on full display here because it has sometimes some deep and muffled bass playing, but also, swirling synths and a nostalgic yet futuristic feel to it when it comes to the beats. It definitely feels like, a map of Tyler's mind, unpredictable, witty, and just endlessly creative. I think he does a really good job of balancing out humor and introspectiveness with this track, and has a very masterful touch of it. I love that he incorporates like Buster Rhymes samples in this song. Has a very high energy feel to it. It can be a little bit much, but overall, it's still an impressive song with just how much he's put so much thought into it. And then you have songs like Sugar on My Tongue, where he has some very cheeky cadences and very catchy rhymes that really invoke a sense of joy and mischief and just encapsulates who he is, especially this like with this art cover. It just feels so funny and silly, and you feel that when you're listening to this song. And at the same time, you have some swelling synths and some layered melodies to really give it a very reflective feel, while everything is being very playful in terms like the underbeat and everything. There's that whole balance of, it's wacky and crazy, but also it's got a soft side to it. And then you have tracks like Sucker Free, where he brings together very warm, nostalgic feel with a lot of futuristic quirks. And on this track, it feels like he is taking that old odd future sound that, where his roots are, and he's making it a little bit more sophisticated, evolving it to where he is now in his career and his life. Even when the album kind of takes like darker turns here and there, like on the song Mamma Mia or Mama Mana Mia, Manema, I'm really messing that up. The eeriness is really balanced out by his very controlled and playful flow. creating this very interesting tension that never feels very oppressive, but instead it really draws you in and wants you to like listen more deeply into his world and the words that he's saying. And I would say the album is not afraid to be, brash, jarring, and dangerous at times. They blend these really outlandish moments very nicely on this new album. Stop Playing With Me brings a very like 80s inspired groove with a lot of humor to it at the same time. Because here he has some really funky bass lines and some really sharp hi-hat tapping and playing that really amplifies Tyler's, confidence and his overall unapologetic style of lyricism. And then in contrast, you have the song Ring Ring, which, slows down the pace a bit. And, it has a very bleeding, deep grooves that just all blend together and just has a very nostalgic touch to it. I do enjoy how he throws in some like old school telephone rings and some like high pitched, pristine vocals. It really creates a very hypnotic and very head nodding kind of groove where you don't even realize, but you're like kind of bobbing your head to it. And you're like, oh shit, okay, this is pretty good. And through all these tracks, Tyler's versatility as a vocalist is on full display here because he can be playful in one moment, he can be more restrained, then he can be hypnotic, or he can be quite tender, which has a feeling of, authenticity to it. So he is very versatile in showing how he wants to show the different sides of himself to you on this album. At the heart of the album, you have the song Don't Tap the Glass / Tweaking, which, brings the world of his chaos and cohesion, and it melds them together. It's a simple, very repetitive vocal style over some very deep bass playing and soft piano touches create a very hypnotic and very danceable energy to it, while also showcasing Tyler's lyrical like prowess, like he's going in on this track. Personally, I feel like this track really embodies the whole album's duality of, it's funny yet serious. It's quirky yet emotionally resonating. And then later on the album, you have the songs Don't Worry Baby or I'll Take Care of You, which introduce very warm and very tender like female vocals to really add some nice versatility and just an overall nice and refreshing touch to the album. So it provides some very reflective and comforting moments that just contrast really nicely to the more frantic and more humorous sides of the record. Lyrically, Tyler is still like pushing the boundaries of, moving so effortlessly between very absurd, crazy humor and clever wordplay, and then moments of vulnerability. And there's a raw honesty in the way that he, navigates his emotions, his desires, and just, his observations about life, because something about this album just really resonates on a very deeply human level. And just like his previous work, I feel like he's really challenging the listener to embrace complexity by, laughing, dancing, and just bringing and feeling your emotions all at once. Just like his previous work and this latest work, it proves that, Tyler the Creator is, it's really rare and really, crazy to put this out there, but he is a bit of a genius when it comes to his creations. And this latest album is a fully realized world of sound and emotion. And it's a place where, the whimsical and the profound can really coexist in one space so like perfectly. And each track, whether it's mischievous, introspective, boldly experimental, a really good song to an okay song, serves the greater narrative of this album. And that narrative is that he's a strong storyteller with a very like interesting sonic architecture when it comes to creating his music. The album is immersive, it's inventive, and it's really, really easily replayable. And it confirms once again Tyler the Creator is not just a musician, he is a cultural and musical and artistic force that just keeps evolving, and just creates really cool art. And it's got to be appreciated while he's still here. Give him his roses while you can. And I would say this latest album from Tyler the Creator, Don't Tap the Glass, I would have to give it a good and decent 8.5 out of 10. Links down below. Tell me what you think about this album. What do you think about his other albums? Is it better? Is it worse? Let's have a discussion. Till next time, guys. See you in the pig.